Respect isn't given because you ask for it. It's given because in a single moment, people feel that you deserve it. You've seen it before. Someone walks into a room, says almost nothing, and yet everyone notices them. No loud voice, no demands, no forced confidence, just presence. A subtle gravity that draws attention and silently says, "This person matters." And then there are others, intelligent, kind, even accomplished, who go unnoticed. They explain themselves too much, they oversmile, they fill silence with nervous words. They do everything right, except command respect. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Respect isn't about status, money, or appearance. It's about psychology. It's about the invisible cues, the micro-signals of dominance, composure, and self-control that the human brain is wired to recognize in seconds. People decide whether to respect you before you even speak. They read your posture, your pace, your tone, your energy. And within moments, their subconscious has already made a decision about your value. But the good news is, this can be learned. There are proven psychological tricks, small adjustments in how you move, speak, and respond that make people instinctively view you as worthy of respect. Not fear, not intimidation, respect. In this video, we'll uncover 10 psychological techniques used by powerful communicators, respected leaders, and emotionally intelligent people. Methods that quietly shift how others perceive you without you ever needing to prove yourself. Because respect isn't something you chase, it's something you project. Most people believe respect is earned through effort, by trying harder, talking more, or proving themselves constantly. But that's exactly what destroys it. You've been taught that respect comes from being nice, agreeable, and helpful. You've been told that if you give enough, care enough, or explain yourself clearly enough, people will appreciate you. But psychology says the opposite. The more you try to make people respect you, the less they will. Why? Because effort exposes need, and need is the enemy of power. When you over-explain, when you rush to please, when you try to fix how others see you, your energy tells a silent story. I need your approval. And the subconscious mind of others registers that signal instantly. They don't see confidence. They see compliance. This is the trap that even intelligent, capable people fall into, mistaking validation for connection. They confuse likability with respect. But likability is fragile. It depends on how much you give. Respect is solid. It depends on how much you withhold. People don't respect what's easily available. They respect what feels rare, controlled, and centered. When you respond instead of react, when you speak less but mean more, when you set boundaries without apology, the human brain instinctively reads it as value. It's not arrogance, it's authority. Because real respect isn't emotional, it's psychological. It's built on perception, and perception is shaped by the signals you send: tone, stillness, posture, and emotional restraint. Most people fail to realize this. They spend years trying to impress others, when the secret isn't in adding more. It's in removing what weakens your presence. Respect isn't gained through noise. It's gained through silence that feels intentional. And this is where psychology becomes power. Because once you understand the signals people respond to, once you can control what your energy communicates, you can shift how anyone sees you instantly. Respect is not given to those who demand it. It's given to those who understand human nature. Those who communicate power through presence, not pressure. These are 10 psychological tricks that make people respect you instantly, if you know how to use them. The first is controlled stillness. The human brain reads movement as uncertainty. Fidgeting, shifting, nodding too much. These are signs of nervousness. But when you move with purpose, when you pause before you speak, when you hold still in moments of silence, your body broadcasts control. People instinctively associate composure with authority. You don't need to dominate the space. You simply anchor it. The second trick is eye contact, but not constant, commanding eye contact. True confidence is found in measured gaze, not staring. When you look at someone, hold their eyes for just a second longer than feels natural, then glance away. It creates quiet tension, the kind that signals awareness without aggression. It tells their subconscious, I see you, but I'm not seeking you. The third trick is the power of pauses. Weak communicators fill silence. Strong ones let it work for them. A pause before a response shows that you think before you speak. It gives your words gravity. It also makes people slightly uncomfortable, and that discomfort makes them listen. The pause is not empty space. It's psychological weight. The fourth is calibrated tone. Respect doesn't respond to volume, it responds to resonance. Lowering your tone slightly, slowing your pace, and eliminating filler words like, you know, or I guess, transforms your speech from uncertain to certain. When you sound like you believe your words, others will too. The fifth trick is unapologetic boundaries. Most people ruin respect by over-explaining their no. Powerful people say it once, calmly, clearly, without apology. Boundaries are not about being cold, they're about self-definition. Every time you defend your limit, you teach others how to treat you. The sixth trick is speaking last. In group settings, those who rush to talk are seen as reactive. Those who wait, listen, and summarize at the end appear more intelligent and authoritative. Psychologically, this is known as the recency effect. The last voice is the one remembered most. Be that voice. The seventh is composed disagreement. When someone challenges you, don't match their energy. Lower yours. Calm disagreement disarms aggression. It tells the other person that their attempt to provoke you has failed, and that makes them respect you. In psychology, this is called dominance through self-regulation. You win not by force, but by control. The eighth trick is strategic silence. When someone crosses a line, pause before responding. That small silence is more powerful than any argument. It signals emotional independence, proof that their words cannot penetrate your state of mind. The person who controls the silence controls the room. The ninth trick is value signaling, not through bragging, but through subtle cues of purpose and competence. Speak about what matters to you with quiet certainty, not arrogance. You don't have to convince people you're capable. You let your focus, consistency, and clarity reveal it. Real power never announces itself. It's simply noticed. And finally, the 10th trick, never chase validation. When you stop seeking approval, respect finds you. The mind instinctively values what doesn't beg to be valued. You don't need to prove your worth, you simply embody it. And the energy of someone who knows their value without performing it is magnetic. Each of these tricks works because they speak directly to the subconscious, the ancient part of the human mind that reads tone, timing, and tension before it understands words. You don't have to manipulate anyone. You just have to master the signals that evolution has taught people to follow. Because respect isn't about control. It's about perception. And perception is something you can shape with every breath, every silence, and every subtle move. Have you ever noticed how quickly you shrink when someone interrupts you? How your voice softens, how your body leans forward, how you start explaining yourself just to keep the peace? That's not humility, that's conditioning. Maybe you've wondered why some people seem to naturally draw respect while others constantly fight for it. It's not luck, it's awareness. They understand something that most never learn. Respect begins with self-perception. People mirror the energy you send them. If you doubt your worth, they'll doubt it too. Think about your last disagreement. Did you rush to fill the silence? Did you over-explain your intentions so the other person wouldn't think badly of you? Did you lower your tone to sound less difficult? Every time you do that, you trade authority for approval. Or maybe you're the one who gives too much information, trying to justify your choices, hoping others will see your good intentions. But psychology is cruelly simple. The more you justify, the less believable you become. Confidence doesn't explain itself. It just is. Have you ever left a conversation feeling small, wondering how someone managed to make you question yourself without ever raising their voice? That's because respect isn't lost in big moments. It's drained in small ones. Each unnecessary apology, each nervous laugh, each time you soften your truth so others feel comfortable, it all chips away at your presence. But here's the good news. Self-awareness is the pivot point. The instant you notice your old patterns, the rush to please, the need to fill space, the fear of disapproval, you gain power over them. You can pause, you can breathe, you can choose to respond differently. Because the truth is, respect doesn't begin when others treat you better. It begins when you stop treating yourself like someone who has to earn it. It begins when you realize that silence isn't weakness, and that composure isn't coldness. It's clarity. And when that awareness takes root, everything changes. People start reacting to you differently, even without words. They feel the shift before they can explain it. And that's how psychological respect begins. Not in what you say, but in what you no longer need to prove. Respect isn't something you demand. It's something you train people to give you through consistent signals, not loud declarations. Once you understand this, You stop chasing attention and start shaping perception. The first rule of psychological respect is self-command. People can feel when you're in control of yourself, your emotions, your reactions, your pace. The one who controls themselves controls the room. Before you speak, pause. Before you respond, breathe. That single second of delay tells everyone around you that you're not ruled by impulse. The second rule is minimal response, maximum meaning. Say less, but let every word carry weight. You don't need to explain your position three different ways. You state it once, clearly. If someone challenges you, you don't scramble to prove yourself. You hold your ground in silence and let your consistency speak louder than your defense. Respect thrives where words are scarce and intention is strong. The third rule is energy control. Don't match the emotional tone of others, lead it. If someone becomes loud, stay calm. If they rush, slow down. This subtle reversal of rhythm establishes authority without aggression. In psychology, this is called emotional entrainment. People subconsciously align with the calmest energy in the room. Be that calm. The fourth rule is decisive boundaries. When something crosses your limit, state it once. Not with anger, but certainty. Boundaries lose power when they become conversations. You don't need to argue your standards. You simply enforce them, with silence, distance, or the quiet strength of withdrawal. The fifth rule is reputation through consistency. Powerful people don't change their tone based on who's watching. They are the same in every room, every conversation, every circumstance. That stability breeds trust, and trust is the foundation of respect. When people know exactly what to expect from you, they stop testing your limits. The sixth rule is self-validation. Never wait for someone else to confirm your value. When you begin validating yourself, acknowledging your own effort, your growth, your integrity, you stop radiating need. And the absence of need is what makes people lean in. Finally, the seventh rule, choose composure over dominance. Respect gained through intimidation is fragile. It fades the moment fear disappears. But respect born of composure, quiet strength, emotional control, and inner clarity lasts. Because people don't follow force, they follow stability. When you apply these rules, something subtle but undeniable happens. Conversations begin to feel different. People speak to you with more care. Your silence carries meaning. Your words land with weight. You stop demanding respect because you become it. This is psychological mastery in motion, and it doesn't require manipulation or superiority. Only awareness, because the highest form of power is calm, and calmness, when genuine, commands respect faster than anything else. Most people spend their lives chasing respect, trying to impress, persuade, or dominate. But the truth is, real respect never comes from performance. It comes from presence. It's the quiet strength of someone who no longer needs to prove anything. The kind of power that doesn't raise its voice because it knows silence can say more than words ever will. When you understand the psychology behind respect, you stop trying to control how others see you. You simply become the kind of person who commands attention without asking for it. Because respect isn't about manipulation, it's about mastery. Mastery of emotion, mastery of self, mastery of energy. The moment you learn to control your own reactions, the world starts to react differently to you. The loud grow quiet, the dismissive begin to listen, and those who once overlooked you suddenly pay attention. Not because you demanded it, but because you now carry the calm weight of someone who knows their worth. This is the paradox of power. When you stop chasing it, it finds you. When you stop trying to impress, people start to notice. And when you stop explaining yourself, your silence becomes influence. Because respect isn't taken, it's reflected. You don't need to fight for it. You just need to embody it. Protect your mind. Understand their game.